Well, it's Saturday, and you all know what that means. As you probably know, we're only less than 24 hours until we head for redemption. So, AEW, of course, had their final go home show with Collision, featuring many matches, of course. We have the AEW World Trios titles defended, the conglomeration defended against Dalton Castle and the Outrunners, our current ROH World Six Man Tag Team Champions. So, that's going to be a very interesting matchup. We even have, of course, members of the Death Riders taking on the Young Bucks ahead, of course, of their match against Ospreay and Jon Moxley. Then, of course, our main event features Tekla and Hikaru Shida, our current champions, will be facing their opponents at Redemption, Willow Nightingale and Maya World. So that's going to be a blast right there. And then, of course, we move on to wrap up our episode as usual with some news updates. Give you guys updates on what's been happening in the world of wrestling, such as what events the promotions are thrown out, who's booked, what matches are set, including developments that are happening in the world of wrestling as we speak. So, let's get ready with another episode of Deleted Wrestle Zone. Hey everyone, welcome to Deleted Wrestle Zone, all things that is pro wrestling with AEW, NXT, New Japan Pro Wrestling, TNA, the National Wrestling Alliance, various promotions, wrestlers, matches, and championships. I am your host, J-Rod here. So, if you are new to the channel, welcome. This is a channel we do a lot of pro wrestling reviews from various promotions, not only here in the United States, but also in Japan, Mexico, Canada, Europe, the UK, anywhere wrestling is not as big, but it continues to grow. We even, of course, do discussion videos, talk about various topics such as the wrestlers themselves, the promotions, factions, storylines, whatever we want to talk about. We even, of course, do more news updates. If certain information was unable to be on this episode, we can either put it on the next one or on a separate video by itself. We even, of course, do some real-time news updates to keep you guys on alert if something has happened in the world of wrestling that needs to be addressed ASAP. We've, of course, got the Nike Sayaka Watch and various other cool wrestling content as well. So if you like what you see, please subscribe to us and click on that subscribe button. You'll be getting a lot of video reviews and other cool wrestling content as well. But if you like this episode, please give us a like on the like button or nice comments in the description down below. Now, enough with the jibber jabbers, let's get to it. So, let's begin with our only review, and that is, of course, AEW Collision. Alright, AEW Collision. As I said before, we're only 24 hours until Redemption, so this is how things go down as we head to Redemption. We open up with Tommaso Ciampa taking on 1/3 of Rascals, of course, Zachary Wentz. Now, of course, we all know what Tommaso Ciampa's mindset is that he is determined to prove that he is a far more better wrestler than Jericho. And that's exactly what he attempts to do. And not to mention, he took out Zachary Wentz with a knee strike, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, it was over. However, of course, he couldn't resist keep going by grabbing in the mic and going on his post-match promo and still say that he is better than Jericho. So let's see how things roll from there when he meets the Painmaker. Now, Mike Bailey put out a video promo talking about that he'll be participating in the AEW International Ladder Match. So there's going to be some qualifier matches involving that. So we'll get to that as well. Now, our next match, we have the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson, taking on members of the Death Riders, more specifically Wheeler Yuta and Daniel Garcia. Now, the reason this match was happening, the Young Bucks don't trust Will Ospreay or Jon Moxley. Now, even though they have worked with Jon Moxley before, they don't trust Will Ospreay now that he is in associated himself with the Death Riders, and that sets it up. Of course, John Moxley was in the commentary booth doing nothing, just making sure that the match goes in their favor as always. But however, we did see Pac and Claudio Castagnoli show up. But however, what they did not anticipate, our current AEW World Tag Team Champions Adam Copeland and Christian Cage have not forgotten the ambush that they suffered this past Wednesday, and now they retaliate. And I don't think Moxley expected that. They should have known it, but it did not. But however, of course, it was Matt Jackson with the Meltzer driver that put away Garcia, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, adios. However, of course, during the post-match comment, they confronted John Moxley because they don't trust him, that he was there in ringside in hopes that he would get involved. And then, of course, out of nowhere, Will Ospreay wiped out both the Young Bucks out of nowhere by using the Hidden Blade. And I think many people are considering that he is turning into a heel. It wouldn't be the first time. I mean, he did that when he betrayed Okada and formed the United Empire, so we'll see how that plays out too. Now, they did show a bit of what happens. For those who know this, I just recently was working Comic-Con, and no, I have not seen any wrestlers. Let's just say I was busy doing some other things that I was ordered to do. But I did knew about the day before where they showed Bandito, Brody King getting the face of Kyle Fletcher about his upcoming match against Bandito for the AEW International Championship, and then Bandito showed up too. So I thought it was a very interesting thing to see. I saw that already on Instagram, and they put that clip on today. So it was very interesting to see. Now, our next match, we have Persephone facing Angelica Risk. Obviously, this match was going to go to Persephone when she applied like a razor's edge. And just like that, 1, 2, 3, se acabó. Now, we did see a little video between, of course, Athena and the MIT. As you probably can guess, and now they have to deal with the Brawling Birds, and they decided to say the opposite of their, slang, 2 birds, 1 stone. They say 1 bullet, 2 birds and 1 bullet. But of course, Billy decided, isn't it 2 birds and 1 stone? And they're like, you must be an idiot, that sort of thing. But yeah, so I don't know exactly what Billy Starks was trying to say. Now, our next match, we have the Lethal Twist, consistent, of course, Jay Lethal, Lee Johnson, and Blake Christian getting involved against Skyflight. And of course, we all know recently this Matt Sydal had a very interesting past relationship with Ricochet and all this. And that kind of plays out too. But however, of course, Ricochet decided to involve himself, costing Skyflight their match. And just like that, both Lee Johnson and Blake Christian applied the swirl stomp onto Dante Martin, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, it was over. Now, we did see a ladder match qualifier, Nick Wayne taking on AR Fox. Now, it's no secret about these two's past. As you know, that AR Fox literally attacked Nick Wayne in his home, where the wrestling school that his own father, Buddy Wayne, created. And I'm sure that's the idea, to make a little payback for what happened during that time. But Nick Wayne was able to pick up the win by pinfall, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, it was over. Now, Darby Allin put out a video promo going on Hinge and asking Kevin Knight how far is he willing to go, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be another match between those two, but we'll see. Now, we jump into the AEW World Trios Championship. Our current champions, the conglomeration, Orange Cassidy, Roderick Strong, and Kyle O'Reilly, defend them against the current ROH World 6-Man Tag Team Champions, Dalton Castle and the Outrunners, consistent of Truth Magnum and Turbo Floyd. And I thought it was a pretty good match. Some fun moments, of course, that we enjoy. I mean, not to mention the Outrunners, how they try to pretend like they're going to do the suicide tope suicida, but it did not. But I thought it was fun. But however, it was in fact, what's his name? OC that was able to pick up the win by pinning Turbo Floyd. And just like that, 1, 2, 3, it was over. However, during the post-match, while both teams shake hands, they were brutally attacked by both Lethal Twist and, of course, the Man. However, thank God for Jeff Jarrett, who had enough of Ricochet, because Ricochet told him earlier that that Jay Lethal is better off running with him than he was with Jarrett. And I wouldn't believe that for a second. But we'll see what happens down the road, because later we did see Jeff Jarrett whack Ricochet with the guitar, and of course Roderick Strong played a little tune for him. So let's see how things goes on. Now Jack Perry, as you probably know, he is involved in the ladder match as well. And then he's confronted by someone who's just like him, of course, Nick Wayne, talking about this event and that sort of thing. I can't wait to see how that goes. Now we do have another qualifier match. We have, of course, El Clone versus Lio Rush. Now, of course, I don't know if El Clone has ever dealt with a guy like Lio Rush before, but somehow he was able to escape the match by rolling him up and using the rope for leverage. The ref did not see it, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, it was over. However, during the post match, well, he was starting beating up Lio Rush until Speedball Mike Bailey and Commander taught him a lesson about everything. So you can tell that this is not over as we go. Now our next match, which is our main event, we have Maya World and Will Nightingale taking on Tekla and Hikaru Shida. As you know, these two ladies will be defending their championships against their opponents. Hikaru Shida will defend her TBS championship against Maya World, while Tekla defends the AEW Women's World Championship against Willow Nightingale. So you can tell how this was going to go, and of course, Maya World was the one who ended up taking the fall by being speared by Tekla, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, it was done. So Tekla and Hikaru Shida picked up the win. So that's how things end in AEW Collision. But for right now, let's move on to our last and final thing to wrap up our episode, news updates. Okay, so welcome to our news updates. Now, we do not have any upcoming events for all of you, but we do have some developments going around. Now, as many of you know, recently there has been the free agents of the former WWE releases that we had. Amongst them is Santos Escobar, or formerly known as Hijo de Fantasma, or King Cuerno from Lucha Underground. However, recently he just tweeted a brand new in-ring name goes by Romero Malverde. Now, some of you may question, can he go as Hijo de Fantasma again? I mean, he could if he wanted to, but you gotta remember, it's not that simple. I know he lost his mask a long time ago against LA Park and AAA, so that's sort of set up. I don't know if AAA owns the rights to the name. That's one of the things I don't know. I know that his dad is Fantasma, but yes. So that's pretty much it. Now, many of you know this, may or may not know this female wrestler named J-Rod. No relations, just in case. It turns out that she would be getting a WWE tryout. Good for her. But however, it's just been told that TNA have her on her radar. So we know that TNA are trying to recruit new talent. That's something good news to hear, but we'll see what J-Rod would decide. I mean, whatever it is will be right there for her. Now, finally, our last, many of you may or may not remember this Joshi wrestler named Minami Yuki, or Yuuki Minami. For those who may not remember, she recently left Mighty Gold due to being out on injury. She had a severe torn ACL, and that's pretty much it. However, it was announced that she found a brand new home in the Joshi World, Peter J, which is a bit of a small promotion, but they do have some good talent. Not gonna lie about that. She'll be making her debut on August 11th at Corkin Hall, teaming up with someone who she has met in Mighty Gold as well, Ryoko Sakumura. So that's pretty interesting to see. So I can't wait to see. Hopefully I get a chance to see that, but if not, then it is what it is. So we'll leave things as it is, and let's call it a day. Well, I hope everybody enjoys this episode. Coming up, we might have to do AEW Redemption. That'll be the top priority. But however, if I do have time, I might do, of course, MLW and AAA on this episode. Even though I could have done it on this one, but I felt like I did not have time due to many of you may or may not know, I just started working Comic-Con for the weekend, it's going to be crazy, and my body's giving out. So we'll see how things go. So, but however, AEW Redemption is the top priority, just to let you guys know. But as of right now, I'll say this: I will see you guys in the next DWZ time, same DWZ channel. I'm gonna bid all of you adieu. So, goodbye, and have a nice day.